What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Steep Stuff Podcast. I'm your host, James Lauriello. Guys, I'm pumped. I got a good one for you. I am so excited to bring you a race preview with frequent co-host Mr. Nick Tusa for the Golden Trail Series race, Kobe Trail, that is happening this upcoming Saturday, April 19th in Japan. Pretty stacked field. I got to be honest, it's not one of Golden Trail's like most stacked fields, but some boys and girls are showing up, so it's going to be competitive nonetheless. I think there's a lot of really fun storylines with this one. I think you guys are going to like it, so I'm not going to hold up too much. I want to thank my frequent co-host, Mr. Nick Tusa, for coming on and giving some expert analysis and opinion, but I think this is going to be a good one, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. Without further ado, Kobe Trail race preview.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Listen up, guys. The Steep Stuff Podcast is brought to you by Ultimate Direction USA. Guys, I am so excited. UD just dropped their new Race Vest 6-liter and Ultra Vest 12-liter in two beautiful aesthetic colors. You guys got to check these new vests out. They're dynamic in ways like that you just have never seen from an Ultimate Direction vest. Very stretchy, lots of storage, beautiful aesthetic colorways coming to you in a new, like a white and blue and an onyx and green. Just absolutely beautiful vests. I think these ones are just like some of the best products we've ever dropped, and I'm so excited for you guys to try them out. Hop on ultimatedirection.com and use code SteepStuffPod. Again, that's SteepStuffPod for 25% off your new vest. I mean, they're already affordably priced, but 25% off is just going to make it so much more affordable for folks in an already increasingly expensive trail running environment. So hop on ultimatedirection.com, get yourself a new vest, a pack, or any hydration solution, and let me know what you guys think. Nick Tusa, welcome back to the Steep Stuff Podcast. How are you, homie?
I'm good, man. Stoked to be kicking off the season, kicking off Golden Trail, and yeah.
How crazy is how we're here already, man. It's already April, dude. It's like end of April already. We're crazy. You're racing this weekend already. Like shit's popping off. Dude. How you feeling, man?
Dude.
You ready to throw down?
Oh, I'm ready to throw down. Yeah, it's been a great couple months. Consistency, name of the game. Now we'll see what happens. Yeah,
that's been a good build. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you beat up on some Castle Rock and Denver dudes this weekend. It's going to be fun to follow.
Heck yeah.
Well, dude, what else is going on these days? I'm stoked because Alexander Volkanovski is now the featherweight champion, so all is good in the world again. Yeah. Pretty happy about that. As far as
NBA playoffs are starting, NHL playoffs are starting. It's a good time of year for sports, honestly.
Dude, I've been watching a good amount of hockey lately, and it's it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, all right, we're here to talk about Kobe Trail. So hopping in this upcoming Saturday it's going to be April the 19th. It's a short race. It's only like 21K, so it's like 13 miles and some change. Yep. Interesting course. Like it's a 4-looped course, which seems kind of dope. Yep. We can obviously get into storylines and talk about the race. Dude, I got to be honest with you. Like I'm surprised by not a lot of people turning up at this race just because looks like a beautiful area, beautiful course. Like if I could go pick a Golden Trail Series race that's like not in Europe to go do, this probably would be the one.
100%. If my sponsors were giving me a budget to go, I'm going 100%. Yeah. So it's weird. Yeah. I don't know. And not a lot of people, I don't know, have ran in Japan before. And it's weird. I think we're seeing a lot of repeat people. I would think we'd be seeing new people come, but
yeah. I'm surprised. There's not like, and we'll talk about this as we get further into the episode, but I'm very surprised. Like, I don't know what if I don't know what's going on with Golden Trail for this first race. I don't know if it's just timing of the season, but like we might have, I don't know, like 1/5 of the names that we had last year. Like last year, like, I mean, Allie Mack was there, Christina Mascari, like Andy Wacker, like there was a lot of Americans showed. This year we might have like, well, with the absence possibly of Lauren Gregory, we might have like one or two Americans.
Crazy.
So yeah, very small American field, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, I don't know. We can hop into it now and maybe talk about it a little bit. I think it's worth talking about the course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you think about that course? I mean, 4 loops looks gnarly, dude.
Yeah. I don't hate the 4-loop format. It's going to allow for people to carry pretty light, maybe just bring a handheld or something like that, or I don't even know if they even need that. I mean, aid stations will probably be pretty centralized, I would imagine. Some fans and stuff, I'm sure the Japanese community will be out there in full force cheering people on, which would be awesome. But yeah, I have here loop 1 is about 2.3 miles with 950 feet of gain. So the shortest and the lowest vert loop of the 4. The second loop there, we have 3.8 miles with 1,700 feet of gain. So getting a little steeper there. So you had 6 miles with 2,700 feet in the first half. Pretty solid. Like that's a true mountain race. Like yeah. I mean, and then you got loop 3, 3.85 miles with 2,200 feet of gain. That's like out the back door here with Green Mountain, like that's steep. That's gnarly. And then loop 4, 2.3 miles with 2,000 feet of gain. So you end up with right around a marathon with what does that end up being? 40,
it's like 6,900 feet.
Yeah, almost 7,000 feet of gain. Wow.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of, it made me laugh because I'm like 21K. 2,109 meters. The math started mathing for me, and I'm like, oh, that's the Pikes Peak ascent. Like, it's like almost.
Seriously.
Well, I think it's like another 1,000 feet for the Pikes ascent, but like,
sure,
it's pretty
descending as well. Yeah,
pretty close. Yeah. I mean, dude, the race starts like I remember when I had Christina on, she was telling me the race starts on a descent as well. So you start going down. She's like, I looked at my watch and I'm running like low 5, like high 4 something per mile. She's like, I should not be running. This is insane.
Yep. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be taking those first 2 loops out a little hard, and it's going to slap them across the face that final loop. So I think if you have your climbing legs ready this early in the season, you're going to be coming out on top. So I'd focus on the climbers here for sure.
It's going to be interesting, right? Like we've got this dichotomy because you're going to see, I mean, this is a course particularly for me that I think like, so for instance, like Joey Hadron, I can't pronounce it, the Swiss athlete from Solomon, like he had a lot of success very early on. He's also a very talented orienteer. The race is insanely technical. Very like Philemon got knocked out of the race last year. I think he was in tandem first, second, third with Joey and Patrick last year. And Philemon twisted his ankle and dropped. Like it's an extremely technical race. So to me, I think it's going to be if you can run efficiently downhill, like very strong, and you, I don't know, can follow course markings very well, and you just can kind of get dialed in on that. I think that's where the race is going to be won on the descents. Because like if you don't know what you're doing on the technical descents, you're just going to be, kind of mollywopping your way going down, and it's not going to end up very good. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be, you got to be really strong on the technical department in order to make this happen. I don't know. I think so. Yeah. Some names, we got some names though. I mean, like, so one of the things I saw, Joyce Naru returns. Joyce Naru, Golden Trail Series female winner last year, just signed with Normal. My question to you is like, so last year we got El Hussein coming out just after signing with Normal, had a great result at Kobe. I think he took 4th there, and then went on to win the Golden Trail World Series and just completely dominate. I kind of see a similar storyline for someone like Joyce now that she has the resources. What do you think?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I have Joyce for my top. I think she was 4th year last year.
Yeah.
Just returning to that course again. I'm sure she's had some time out there. I don't know. Do you know if she's out there already? Now,
okay, so interesting. She does not have a Strava.
Okay.
I did a ton of digging into some of these athletes. Like Madalena Floria does not have a Strava, like does have a Strava, but doesn't post. Melanosa doesn't post on Strava. Like I literally found like one athlete in my women's top 5 that has a fucking Strava, which drives me crazy. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I mean, I'm kind of cryptic on Strava, but I know like a lot of my friends are not. Like a lot of people put their shit out there. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Like
it's tough to gauge. It's tough for us to talk about it if we don't know like how someone's fitness is. Like we can really just go off past past experience.
Yeah. So in addition to Joyce, I'm excited for this Joyce Sarah Alonso rematch. Sarah had a great late race last year. Wouldn't be surprised to see someone like Sarah come in, because you got to remember, like, this is an interesting like intersection of a race, right? Like, you're getting a lot of people coming in with a ton of fitness, right? I'm sure, like, based on like what I've been looking at, because like Philemon has a very public Strava, and dude's running like 130 miles a week. And,
oh wow!
Like, so he's coming in with a shit ton of fitness. I'm sure Patrick as well. But you also have this weird dichotomy too, where you'll see the orienteers are kind of very much in their orienteering season right now. What does that look like? They're better technical runners. They might not have the same fitness level, but they can handle courses like this maybe better than people that are just like running on flat service roads or dirt roads or easy kind of tamed trails. So that maybe haven't like put that specific stuff into their blocks yet. So you're very much going to get this intersection of, and I think that's why Joyce maybe came in fourth last year, because you get a Sarah Alonso and a Melanosa that, you know, these are Spanish athletes that run on very technical trails. You know, Joyce might be fitter in theory, but might not be able to match some of those descents or, you know, in some of those areas. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see this intersection and what that looks like.
That will be interesting because, like, yeah, I mean, fitness translates incredibly well to the uphill, but like the downhill, obviously that's skill. So you could be the best climber in the field, but if you're tiptoeing down, maybe you can get by. I don't know. This isn't a super deep field, but it's deep enough to where it could bite you towards the end. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I think so. We get Patrick back. We get Philemon back. Patrick took second in the overall Golden Trail World Series last year. Philemon took fourth overall, dropped from this race. Patrick won the race last year. Joey Hadron, who took eighth last year overall in the Golden Trail World Series and took second at this race. I think this race, in my opinion, kind of made a name for him. Because Solomon, I mean, he did take top 10 overall in the ranking, but like at the end of the day, Solomon signed him to the international team this year. You know, he reminds me of kind of like a Sam Hendry for some reason. I don't know what it is about him that he just kind of reminds me of Sam Hendry.
100%. Yeah. I wish they would have kept Sam on the team as well, but
I agree.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, taking second at any Golden Trail event, like, you're going to make a name for yourself and you deserve to be sponsored.
For sure.
So yeah.
For sure. All right, let's get into maybe some questions, just some general questions. I think my question to you is, like, do you think this particular course, because it is so technical, is going to favor? We kind of tackled it a little bit. I'm just kind of curious to get your take on it. Do you think the course favors any like certain type of athlete?
Yes. Like, I wanted to put Lauren Gregory up there because I feel like it fits like an East Coast kind of runner, as well as like Sarah Alonso and Malinosa running in, I'm sure, what are they training out of Spain or something right now?
Yeah.
Super technical, maybe a different type of technicality. I feel like this race is a little bit more like roots.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm getting that kind of East Coast vibe. That's why it sucks that Lauren's not there, because I had Lauren potentially over Joyce, like,
for sure.
this one. If she, she showed it in the end of the season last year. But yeah, I think it definitely favors that technical mountain athlete, which not a lot of these Golden Trail events favor necessarily, like maybe like a Mount Blanc marathon or something like that. But this one, 100%. I mean, we just talked about the course profile. I mean, it's steep. There's not going to be a lot of flat running. It's up and down. So.
You know who I would have really liked in this course, and it really favored like his abilities, is Dan Kurtz. If Dan's listening to this, God damn it, I wish I could just send you to Japan to go beat up on some of these dudes, because it would be really fun to see him with Patrick and Philemon and like racing in the front, because Dan's like a nasty descender, dude. He's like really, really strong. I mean, he's strong kind of everywhere. It's why he's one of the best in the world. But like at the same time, like to see him at one of these courses would be, especially something like this, which is very East Coast vibes, it would have been sick with all the rocks and roots and shit, like all the stuff I hate. A couple other things. So like we got Joey Hadron, who I brought up before, Daniel Pattis, kind of a cryptic guy, doesn't post much on Strava, if anything at all. He's more active like on like Instagram and shit like that. Took fifth over, like kind of a quiet crusher, overall. Yeah, in Golden Trail last year. He's a Brooks athlete, and he's back in this race. I think he finished, I'm almost like 100% sure he ran into the top 5 last year at this race. So he's another one that's coming back in search of, I mean, dude, I got to be honest with you. Like, if it was me at a very top level, like one of these guys, why would you not go to this race? Because no one's going to it. Like,
exactly.
It's such an easy opportunity to get points. Like, I feel like this is the least stacked Golden Trail Series race I've ever seen.
100%. And what do you think this is going to do for the rest of the season? I mean, Sears and all, Zagama, these races are going to be 40, 50, like elite deep. Like, it's going to be so hard to get any kind of points. Come here, get a free couple points. It just, it's tough. And these guys have an advantage now. They're going to be able to sit back kind of the rest of the season and maybe like be a little bit more strategic on what they want to pick, and they're going to be fresh as can be come the finals. So all the power to these people flying out to Asia. I'm sure it's tough with the time zone and everything like that, but it's gonna fare well for them. I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of those men that we probably both have here in our top 5. They're late in the season.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, exactly. That's the thing is like, you're like, it's just, why would you have to go through like, I mean, obviously Zagama series and all, like, amazing races, but like it's killer's row. Like, where you would probably go top 5 in this race, you're top 25 in something like Zagama or series and all. So yeah, I definitely, I am very surprised. And dude, it speaks to Golden Trail. Like maybe because it's a world selection year, people's priorities have changed. Maybe the other thing I could think is like a lot of the Euros also double as Schemo athletes. Like World Schemo is still going on. Like, like I wouldn't expect to see something like a Remy here, or like a Davide Magnini, or even like a Nadir. But like, it's very weird to me to not see just so many people absent. So even, I guess it was even too early for what's his face, El Hussein to open up the season. I guess he didn't want to go back. So.
Interesting.
What do you think? Baseline fitness. What do you think? Well, obviously we could probably guess. I don't know what Patrick's 10K time is, or even what his 5K time is, but what do you think he's hitting? Like, what do you think his fitness is at? I mean, dude, Philemon's Strava is ridiculous. Like,
I need to look at it. I actually have not looked at it.
120, 130 miles a week, and like pretty easy stuff. And then like he'll throw in like one threshold day where he'll run like a half marathon in like 105 or 106, like just completely like most of the splits at like 8,500 feet are like below 5-minute mile. It's ridiculous.
Is he on just like dirt roads most of the time?
A lot of it's dirt roads. And you know what's interesting? And like this speaks to training theory too. Very little vert. Like the most vert he'll do is like maybe 2,000 feet, but it's like spread out in like a 13, 14 mile run.
Right. It comes with the mileage. I mean, when you're putting in 130 miles, like you're probably going to still hit 10,000 feet of gain, I would imagine.
Like 12. Like 12.
Yeah. So maybe for them, it comes with the mileage. Yeah. Interesting though.
It is interesting. Interesting. So yeah, what do you think? Like base fitness, like, I mean, obviously Patrick's a sub 30-minute 10K or 10K guy.
28, 30, maybe something like that. I mean, elite stuff.
Sub 14.
Like if they show, like, I mean, we know, like if Patrick trained for it, I mean, he could probably go to the Olympics and probably the 10K, I would imagine, or get very, very close. Olympic standard.
You know what's crazy? The other day I was on an easy run with my dog, and like we're just like, me and Luna are like trotting around. I'm running like maybe like an 8 or 9 minute pace, like on the Greenway Trail, like just an easy, just relaxing, chill day. I'm looking up at Pikes Peak, and who comes running past me but a group of like Kenyan Olympians, and then Joe Gray, like 5 minutes, like I shouldn't say 5 minutes, maybe like 45 seconds later on their tail. These guys are running like mid to low 5-minute pace, like just hammering on the Greenway Trail. And then Joe Gray's like hammering behind them, trying to like keep with. It was really cool to see. I was like,
so awesome.
I was like, damn, dude. Like that gave me the fire for the rest of the week to go out and like go hammer my workout the following day. It was interesting.
Do you see them out there often? Like Kenyan and like other elite?
I got lucky. I think it was Hillary Bohr at the track on Saturday after the incline. I was like, wow, like, all right, dudes are showing up. Yeah, it was like very random. Cool. Like I saw the Kenyans on it was like, I must have saw the Kenyans it might have been Friday is probably what it was. And then Saturday after the incline on the track, I saw some guys. So I was like, wow,
cool. Interesting. Very cool.
What do you think about, all right, so I got a question. If let's say somebody like Joey comes out, or Daniel Pattis comes out and has a stellar race. Like, let's say Daniel Pattis goes and beats Philemon or Patrick. Let's say he beats Patrick, right? Because Philemon's beatable.
does that push him to a little more superstardom? Does that elevate him? Or like maybe Joey? Like, you think Joey, if he goes and beats someone like a Patrick, will that elevate him to superstardom a little bit more? Like, will he become Solomon's next guy?
I think, man, if you beat Patrick, yeah, you got to at least talk about it, at least have the conversation. It might not happen in an instant, but I mean, this guy, he was 8th last year in this series. Like, he's definitely one of their top athletes as it is. But no, I think beating Patrick or Philemon, yeah, no, all eyes on them, going them to the next race, because that's all we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, no,
So,
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah,
Dude, I said, I'm really onto this like Joey Hadron guy. So listen to this: 2024 Swiss cross country title holder, signed to Solomon this year. Also, he's a Swiss orienteer. Like I said, he's 28 years old. He's from Bern. Like I told you, he reminds me of like a Sam Hendry. Also, 2024 World Orienteering gold medalist. And last year he balanced orienteering with trail running. I'm not sure if he's doing the same. But like this kid could, I think Solomon's setting this guy up to be, because like, not that Remy's old, but like, you know, this guy's a bit younger. You know, this guy's got some promise. They don't have, you know, especially with Bart and Thibaut going to more of the ultra scene. Like Bart's not going to be doing as many Golden Trail Series races. I feel like that's why Solomon kind of invested more to get some more guys. I mean, this dude's 100%. Pretty legit. 2nd at Kobe last year, 5th at the Great Wall Race, 17th at Headlands, which was a straight up barn burner. Ran 8th in the prologue and then 16th in the overall final to finish 8th overall. That's pretty solid for a first year. Kid's talented.
So, so last year, was he on the developmental team? Because I swear he had a Solomon kit.
It's like their national.
Like,
the
national.
Swiss,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I guess there's like a Solomon Swiss or Solomon France, and like they'll be a part of that. But now he's like the international dude. So yeah.
I think Joey is the next version of Judith. You know what I mean? The male version. I mean, I think if Judith can do it, come in it, dominate in orienteering, and come into, I think Joey can do the same. Yeah.
I don't know much about that sport. It's just interesting because it produces
more popular
a ton of really good technical athletes, like Fred Trenchard, who runs a lot of more skyrunning stuff. Fred's a monster. Yeah, he was he's a French orienteer. Judith, obviously. Yeah, he did go to Merrill this year. Yeah, he left Scott for Merrill. Good for him.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah,
Merrill probably threw the bag at him. Good for that. Okay, do you think the winner of this overall race, let's say Patrick goes and wins, do you think this year is going to be Patrick's year? I think he's going to be his 3rd year, 4th year. Like, you think Al Hussein falls off a little bit now that he's already won it? You think he still is hungry? Like, I'd love to see Patrick go and get it. Like, there's been some holes in Patrick's game over the years. Patrick's so nasty, though, dude. So nasty.
I think if he wins this, man, it's going to be tough. He's just not having to go against Al Hussein for a race. Like, I think that's like a huge advantage for him here. Because like we just talked about, he can now pick and choose going forward. This result is going to tell me a lot, I think, after this. If he wins this, like, in a pretty like convincing fashion, I have a feeling that this is his year.
I think the winners of this race go on to win the whole thing. I think if Patrick, I'm going to pick Patrick to win the whole overall thing this year. I'm going to pick Joyce to win the whole overall thing too. I think Joyce probably, and we'll see when we get to picks, but like I think Joyce has a great opportunity to win the whole damn thing. We'll see what happens at this race for her, but
Kenyon take over. Yep.
Let's talk women's names. So we've got Joyce Naru, Sarah Alonso, Malin Osa, Madalena Floria. And then I'm going to say Lauren Gregory's a scratch. It's not official, but as of this morning, we're recording this. Is it Tuesday? This is Tuesday. This will come out Friday. She's still in Phoenix, according to her Strava, as of this morning. So, but then again, when I checked Philemon's Strava this morning, he ran today, and he was still in Kenya. So
shorter flight, but still.
Yeah. I don't know, but like I feel like to go across the world, you might want to be there already. And then on top of that, Lauren was pretty public about dropping out of. I think it was the New York City Marathon because of some Achilles issues, and she said her spring was up in the air. I would guess she's probably not going to be there. If I was putting smart money on it, I'd say probably not. And then for the men's names, Daniel Pattis, who we talked about, Roy damn it, Rui Ueda.
Oh, he was in this. He's in this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good, because he should be. Yeah.
I had to decide, dude. I deciphered some serious, like on the start list, some serious Japanese names. Bogdan, Damien, Patrick, obviously Patrick Philemon, Joey Hadron, and then the only American that I could find is Nicholas Trucco, who we had talked about a little bit earlier when we were chatting about this. He's a Boulder guy.
Yeah.
Did you see anything on him? What's the deal there?
Yeah. I saw. I mean, he's been, racing Golden Trail now since 2022, maybe even 2021. I just really fly under the radar, kind of taking like 30th place at most, which is great in Golden Trail. I have here 31st at Mammoth, 26K in 2023 and 2024. 23rd at Pikes, ran a 224, which is super stout. We know Pikes.
Fast.
So it's just it's interesting. Yeah, it seems like he may be a product of Western. I think he was born in Durango. So probably just mountains have been a part of his life, his entire life, and
I DM'd him. Yeah. I DM'd him today to get him on the podcast. Dude, it's just weird. Like, I always feel like I'm in the know and I know I have an idea of who everybody is. And this guy, it's funny because I saw like Kieran follows him. A lot of people I know follow him, and you as well. And I was like, what the shit? Like, how do I never heard of this kid? Like, how is that possible? It's just crazy. Like, goes to show you, I think he's a Western product of Western. How many athletes that goddamn school produces is insane, dude. This is bananas.
Unreal.
Yeah. What do you think about Madalena Floria? We didn't get a chance to talk about this in our free agents episode. Since then, she signed with Scott, left Solomon to go to Scott. What's your take on that? You think she's getting paid?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think she's kind of the face of the brand, kind of on the female side probably now, I would imagine. And maybe that's something that she wanted. Maybe she didn't want to go to another bigger brand and kind of just get lost in the weeds there. She wanted, I feel like she's the type of, her attitude, I've listened to her on some podcasts. She wants to be a priority. She takes the sport really, really serious. And so I'm really excited for her. I think this year is the year that she really, really blossoms. Yeah. She was 6th last year in Golden Trail. I think I have her in my top 3 this year. Yeah, I'm excited.
She's legit. She's probably one of the best marathoners in the entire, for the women in the entire field. She's legit. She ran 1:14.5 marathon just a few months ago. I know she did a speed block out in Kenya, which some people frown upon because there might be some anti-doping allegations there. We're not going to start that conversation, but I don't know. It's a little weird, but anyway, also has a small orienteering background and obviously has represented her home country of Romania on numerous occasions. So she's legit, one of the best, came on the scene in a massive way. And it's going to be interesting to see her out there, kind of match. I think there's some really good matchups here. Sarah Alonso, ever since she went to ASICS and left Solomon, she's kind of spotty with the amount of Golden Trail Series races she does. When she does race, she does great. She kind of mixes it up, which I kind of like. Yeah, I kind of like better. I don't know. I feel like when you're signed with a company like Solomon, it's in your contract. You're going to the Golden Trail Series. You have to race these races. Whereas going to ASICS, I feel just you're probably getting paid a little bit more, and you're probably, in my opinion, it opens things up. You can do Golden Trail Series races, but you can also go sky racing. You could do. There's more incentives, let's put it that way. So it kind of opens you up a little bit more to go do things. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Sarah Alonso go win the damn thing. Challenged for the lead last year. She finished 2nd place at this race. Very good technical runner. Maud won this race last year.
She did, yeah.
Which is upsetting to not see Maud back. She's another one on the A6 team this year.
That's right, yeah.
Therese Lebeau, who's another Swiss athlete. Joyce Naru obviously got 4th, and then Maitland took 5th. So it's interesting. We got a lot of returning characters on the women's side. It's going to be, I think you're going to see Malin key off of Sarah probably. I would 100%. Guess. Yeah, because they're tight. I'd like to, I think they'd probably work together. I think it's going to be them working together to run down Joyce, in my opinion.
I agree. No, honestly, Malin is another one. She's young. She was on Solomon's development team. She's kind of similar to a Remy. She's been with the brand for a while. They've kind of been developing her. I think this is the year that she kind of blows up and kind of becomes like, I think she has potential to be like the face of Solomon. So big things from her coming this year. I think if she can stamp her name on in a good result here, it's going to be big
Yeah.
for her.
Dude, I'm curious to see, even like now that you mentioned Remy, obviously he's not in this race. This is an Olympic selection year. Is Remy even going to be racing that much? Like, I'd be curious. Like, he'll probably do a small trail season, but I'd be curious to see like what. I mean, like for instance, like the Americans, like Cam Smith's going to throw down. Like, I'm sure Griffin Biley will be racing. Like, obviously those are Americans. Those boys are any place, anywhere, anytime. Remy's a little different. I'd be curious to see if he's going to be more keyed in on how long can I ski and can I just make sure I'm the best possible to be an Olympic ski selection for Switzerland.
Maybe he'll be a little bit more, I don't know, he might pick and choose his races maybe a little. Maybe he's confident he only does like 3 Golden Trail and then makes the finals or something like that. I think he's still going to run, but it just might not be a priority, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I were him, I'd go, I honestly do the same. I would do it short season. Like he's never, I think he might have won Sagana once. I'd go maybe throw it out on Sagama, see if I can go get that because it's early season. He probably won't be ready for that. Go see if you can go tune things up at Series and All. I'd love to see him go finally win Series and All because he's never broken the Swiss curse. Yeah, I'm. It's funny. I'm pretty hard on Remy for some reason. Great. Maybe it's because he took our course record at Pikes Peak.
That's great. Right. Now, so the season though this year it ends with Series and All, correct?
It does. Yeah.
And so that's kind of mid-August, so it does end a little bit earlier. So
yeah, because of Worlds.
Yeah. I'm big props to Golden Trail for working around Worlds. I feel like a lot of people and races aren't really doing that this year. I don't know. I have some gripe with races that were for selection races, and I heard you chat about it on the podcast too, and just like timing of everything, and I don't know, people racing these big races right before it. It kind of puts a sour taste in my mouth, but is what it is.
Well, I think that there's a lot of things to discuss from that, right? The first one is like, I mean, I'm super critical, obviously, of Golden Trail on a lot of things, particularly, most notably, probably anti-doping, but like, I can give them like their flowers when it comes to something like this, where it's like, damn, dude, like most of the other big series, like Skyrunning, it has like 700 fucking races. They're not slowing down, they're not changing, and that's fine.
Gas, yeah.
And like, I think it's World Mountain Running as well, WRMA, like they're not changing their schedule as well for World. So it's like, I think to me, like this is probably the best decision considering most of these athletes are going to go represent their country, respectively. I don't know. What'd you think? Not to change the subject too close, but like, what'd you think of? Obviously, we just had Gorge this past weekend.
Yeah.
I think the winners are the people that won and got their tickets to Worlds were that was the right.
100%. No, I'm glad it worked out the way it did. 100%. I'm glad. I was definitely skeptical going in, as were a lot of people. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of mountainous races this time of year in North America. It's very hard to come across one, especially one that's like has big infrastructures like Free Trail has with Gorge. But yeah, I'm really excited for the choices that came out of that. And dude, I think it's going to be a great team.
A Star is Born in Shea Aquilano, dude. Like,
Crusher. Midwest Crusher, Indiana,
so
like
impressed.
Great story. Yeah.
I had, it's funny. I had her on like a few days before the race. I got to release that episode because she's made the trail team.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Like, I feel like she's going to be signed to a brand before I even get this thing out because, seriously. Like, dude, I gotta say, like, she had a great race at Black Canyon too. I think she's the story for Western States this year on the women's side, dude. She could very well go sneak up and win that race and just completely shock people. And she got in off a lottery ticket.
She did. Yes, that's right.
Crazy.
Yep.
And then the other two, obviously Adam Peterman, I figured was going to win anyway. I got to say, I am so stoked that Trayson and Claire both got tickets because like Alaskan mountain runners, and it's like both extremely good on technical terrain, both have experience at Mount Marathon and big mountain races, namely the rut and things like that. Like you're sending 4 people that can seriously compete when it comes to the Pyrenees. So yeah, I think that the people that should have gone are the ones that are going, which is good.
100%. So.
Yeah. All right, back to Golden Trail. Let's get into picks, dude. I think we're probably somewhere near where we need to go. I'll let you take it over with women. See who you got for women.
Let's start with the women. Yeah. So I have Joyce taking it. I think she is the best runner in the field. She took fourth last year. She knows the course. I think that's a big thing. Whereas like Lauren Gregory, even though that she's potentially a scratch, I'm still going to include her in this. I had her second because this is her type of course, but she's never ran it before. So, and then I have Sarah Alonso in third, or potentially second. She was second last year. This is her kind of course. She's going to be right on the heels of Joyce, I can imagine, the whole time. I think this is a race like last year, like you were saying, Philemon blew up, or blew up his ankle or something like that. I mean, it could be some carnage that launches someone to the top, like Sarah. I have Madalena Floria in fourth. She hasn't ran this before, but we talked about her and how great she is. And then in fifth, I have Melanosa, who was also fifth last year. She very well could be right up there. Honestly, she's my sleeper for taking the win. If she has her day, she just what I see from her, she takes the sport so serious. And like I said, Solomon is investing so much in her. I think she really has taken her game to the next level, and we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. No, honestly, ours are pretty identical. What I found interesting was like, I looked most of these ladies up on Strava, and outside of Sarah Alonso, like nobody has a public or like put stuff on their Strava, which is kind of funny. I'm going to start with first. So I was so conflicted. The story of, I think, the women's race is going to be Joyce Naru getting chased by like Joyce Naru on the ups versus Sarah Alonso and Malin Osa working together in the downs, possibly tailed by Madalena Floria. So it's like, how does this shake out? Is it Sarah's downhill and like ability to technically descend versus Joyce's ascending? And like I said, dude, like if you're training in Kenya, like you're just not getting techie stuff. Like, and you're going to have a boatload of fitness, especially this time of the year. You're going to be super fit, but it's like, have you dialed it in to where you're going to be ready to not destroy your ankles and break something, or like really just like, because there's this, I don't know if you've looked at some of the photos of this course, but it's fucking nasty, dude. Like, I don't know, like not something I would want to have to run a 5 or 6 minute mile downhill. Like it looks really not fun. With that, I am going to go with Sarah Alonso's first. I kind of waited to like roll the dice on this. And like, so she's pretty transparent in her Strava. Peaked last week, had a huge 120-mile week, split up between two. I'd say like it was probably like 50 miles of biking, and then the 70 miles of running, but like solid quality, vertical, pretty good looking stuff. And seems to be kind of what looks like a proper taper for this week. I'd say maybe a shorter taper for something like this. Like I might have given it like maybe a 2-week taper, but I don't know. Everybody's a little bit different. And yeah, so I'm going to take her as first, better on technical terrain. I think Sarah Alonso pulls it off. Second last year and was very close behind Maud. Second is going to be Joyce Naru. The only thing I wish I did before we did this episode, I should have gone back today to watch the videos of this race on Kobe and saw like what was Joyce's weakness. The only thing I can assume is it was the descending and not the ascents. But I don't know. I'm going to go second with Joyce, very closely followed. I'm going to go third, Madalena Floria, and I'm going to go fourth with Malin Osa. And what would have been the top 5, I'm going to lower it down to a 4 because Lauren Gregory is probably a scratch. So we'll stick with just the top 4 women. I looked at a lot of Japanese names so for those of you who are interested, Kobe has a pretty solid website as far as like for English audiences. But a lot of these names are in Japanese, so you have to get pretty heavily involved in Google Translate. And I went through and looked through because Remy LaRue kind of tipped me off and said like last year a lot of the names that were some of them that should have been in English were in Japanese, so you kind of got to decipher and play around. So I was like, all right, I'll get busy on the translate. And I couldn't find like any like really solid Japanese athletes, but I could be overlooking. I'm sure there are a ton of them, and I just because you got to remember, it's not like Japan has ultra sign up or like run sign up. Like it's hard to look for these results in some degree. So yeah, we could be talking out of our ass, and some Japanese runner goes and wins the damn thing. Wouldn't be
good. Yeah, last year I think there was a local that took I think 9th. I want to say overall. So you never know. Yeah,
it's totally possible. All right. Let's talk about the men. I'll let you take it away for what you think as far as the men go.
Yeah. So first I have Patrick. I mean, he won last year. He was second overall in the series. last year. Second, and also another thing I wanted to add to this race is lower altitude. Patrick is training, up at him and Joyce training up at 8,000 plus feet. That is an advantage. We just saw it a couple weeks ago at Big Alta. Being able to run it at such a low altitude like that, you can just it's the gaps
Disgusting.
that these guys are putting in. It's insane. Yeah, with that being said, second, Joey Hadron, second last year, 8th overall in the series. Expecting a big year from him. Third, Philemon, as long as he can keep those ankles taped maybe or something. I don't know. He should do great. He was 4th last year in the series. Daniel Pattis, in my opinion, one of the best runners on Brooks. Super underrated.
Dude's nasty.
Yeah, 5th last year at Kobe, and 5th overall in the series. So big contender. And then 5th, I have one that we actually did not mention. This is what's his name? Sylvian Cachard, if I'm saying that correctly. He's a Hoka athlete. He was 7th last year at Sears and All. He was 4th at Sears and All in 2023, and he was 17th at OCC, which is still OCC was so deep last year. So this guy's he might be the real deal. He might be an up and comer. I haven't heard much about him, but he has he's raced in a lot of big time races. So this is not his first time here. And then one guy that I just wanted to throw out there as well. I might be pronouncing this name incorrectly, but his name is Theo Burgos, potentially Burgos. He's a Brooks athlete as well. Yeah, maybe that could be it. Brooks athlete as well. And I was just peeking through his Instagram, and he kind of made it clear that he is fully focused on Golden Trail Series this year. He's kind of an up and comer. He took 12th at Mont Blanc Marathon last year. Mont Blanc's always super stout, so very well could see him sneak into that maybe 5th spot. And then as well as we'll have to mention a local here, that Nicholas Turco, who we chatted with, training out of Boulder, very well could surprise us. He's thrown down some great results. So that is my men picks.
Hopefully he's been running up and down green.
Yeah.
Some of those reps.
So we'll see. Yeah.
4 reps up green, up and down, and you're ready to go for this race. No, I couldn't agree more. I think we've got a very similar top 5. I'm going to go start with my 5th place pick. I'm going to stick for 5th, Rui Ueda. His Strava is pretty transparent. He doesn't do high volume, 60 to 80 miles a week. He actually raced this past Saturday, ran a 50. This dude ran a 50K. Listen to this shit. 6-hour race, 50K, 13,000 feet of vert. So like he knows these trails, and like he can hang on them. I mean, Rui's got like amazing background, and like he's been in the game for a long time, years and years and years. He's had great finishes at Pikes. Like the dude's legit. So I count him in for the top 5. It's home Japanese trails. Let's see what happens, man. It'd be fun. And 4th, I'm gonna go Philemon. Average 119 miles a week for the last 4 weeks, between 150 and 119, I should say. Like I said, he threw in this like nasty 12.5 mile workout at 5:02 per mile at 87,000 feet. Now, I should note it was mostly a descending route. It was a point-to-point descent, but like 8,700 feet, you're running like most of that. Like it's gonna beat your legs to shit. He's running like 440s for most of that, and then started slowing down a little bit towards the end. So Philemon's definitely fit. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It's funny. I'm very hard on Philemon, and the only reason is because like I've stood on a start line with Philemon, and he's always catchable. Like we both have friends that have caught Philemon in races. So like he does have chinks in his armor. For some reason, the dude just has always figured out series and all. I don't know what it is. Like doesn't show up for like he just like kind of like is like okay at every other race. And then like completely like shows
best
up
in the world.
Serie and all.
Yeah, best in the world.
Took Killian to the brink, dude. Like Philemon's got like the ability to be like the best in the world, but I don't know. Maybe he's better this year. I don't know. Like I said, I tend to be a little harder on Philemon. I probably shouldn't be, but like I want to see more out of him. Come on, Philemon. Let's get this done, dude. 3rd place, I'm gonna go Joey Hadron. Like I said, he doesn't have a Strava either, but it seems like Solomon's riding on this dude to come back and reproduce. He's got some stories on Instagram where he's on the course right now, running around. So he's taking this quite seriously. Obviously, it's really important for these races. You want to adapt to your sleep. You want to adapt to your diet. There's a lot of things you got to do ahead of time to ensure success on race day. These races start a little bit later too. They're like afternoon-based races. So there's a lot of like little tweaks you're going to have to make sure like you're on point for this. And it sounds like he's doing all those things. Like I said, Philemon, I checked his Strava today, dude's still in Kenya. Maybe it's a different strategy, but like Joey's on the course doing his thing. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I see him competing for the podium. In second, I'm going to go with Daniel Pattis. Daniel Pattis is a fucking beast, dude. Like that guy's legit. Like I said, 5th overall at the Golden Trail World Series last year, finished 5th at this particular race last year. So it shows that he can hang. Would have gotten 6th probably or 7th if it wasn't for Philemon's drop. So hopefully he's learned and can hang on to some of this technical stuff. It's going to be interesting to see. And then in first place, I got Patrick. He's going Sizzler, bro. I don't even think Patrick doesn't even need to show up. Like he's just like goes and does his thing. And like, I don't think he actually has to work very hard to win this race. He's not going to be pushed up front, in my opinion. All he has to do is work pretty hard on the ups and probably chill on the downs. I just don't think he's going to have to work particularly hard. Like I know Joey took him to the brink last year and like they had a tight race and Patrick was able to get away in the fourth loop. I think Patrick has just made a like monumental jump in the last like few months throughout that year. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him. Like I said, like I like that term going Sizzler. That's where he's going. He's done. Doesn't even have to do anything. It's over. So
how old is Patrick now? Is he 31?
We don't really know. According to Joe Gray, we're not sure. Like he might actually lie about his age. We're not sure.
Yeah. Whatever, I guess. No, I think he's made a jump. Yeah, like I said, I think this is his year. He's got the world in his fingertips. I mean, I'm excited for him.
I think he's going to win the whole thing this year. I'd like to see. I mean, I would like to see it. Dude, I want to see him. Like, I don't know. I've heard a bunch of inside baseball, and I don't want to like speak for him, but like I've heard a bunch of inside baseball in the way like a lot of these Kenyan athletes get like they should be making more money. Let's put it that way. Like he's on this team Run Together, which is based out of Kenya, and they have like a manager that kind of manages all their shit and their contracts and their money, and like that's cool and all, but like. You know, Patrick should be making well into the 6 figures per year. I mean, he's one of the best in the world. He is literally the best in the world as far as uphill. He's the VK world champion until that changes this year. If he doesn't wind up going to win again,
he does.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if he did. We're going to get a good prelude to that, dude. I actually think he's coming to Broken Arrow. The reason I say that is because like WRMA comes back and he runs a lot of those WRMA races. So they'll be back for the Broken Arrow Ascent this year. So we might get Patrick and Joe and the whole crew out there for the Broken Arrow Ascent, which is going to be a good prelude it's a good world 100%. Qualifier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I think somebody like Patrick, I can't speak too much for Philemon because I think Philemon's really good, but you know, like David Norris went and beat Philemon at Cirque Brighton. Like Philemon, and he also got beat up at Cirque A Basin. So I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I think, but Patrick is genuinely like world class.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to see him. I'd like to see some like maybe Hoka or someone go get him and pay him what he's worth because he should be up there.
Yeah. On gets him. Well, the Run Together. They get him to every important race that like he needs to be at. That is the one thing that they definitely do for him. I'm sure his travel stipend's insane, but who knows what he's getting paid. I'm sure it's not enough. Yeah. But I just want to say this about him. I'm going to go ahead and make this prediction. Patrick is going to win the Golden Trail Series and he is going to win the vertical championships as well.
Yeah. I think so, dude, I like that. That's a good prediction.
If he does that,
safe bet.
And if he does that, he is Trail Run of the Year in my eyes, but we will see. Yep.
Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind. I think he's world champion. I think he might be early 30s, something like that.
I'd say 32. That'd be my guess. 33. I don't know. Yeah. That'd be my guess.
Something like that. But I mean, dude, like I would take the over under. I would take the under on that. I think like I'd say he's probably the betting favorite to double and go win the vertical, as well as the yeah, the overall Golden Trail series. I don't know. For some reason, I just have a feeling that also scene's not gonna repeat this year. I don't know what it is, but because like Remy was able to do it once, and then I think he was 2 years in a row where he won, and then he kind of fell off this year. Or this past in 2024. It's a hard thing to carry, man.
And it's hard to repeat. Oh yeah, no, that's why I think Patrick going into this just with a little chip on his shoulder, being second last year. It's no, very hard to repeat.
And then on the women's side, dude, it's even more unpredictable for the ladies. Like
Oh,
Joyce came out of nowhere this year. I mean, you know who really shocked the hell out of me this year was Lauren Gregory. Like Lauren Gregory's like she's a world beater. Like that girl.
yeah.
Probably will challenge like Grayson for the title in the next few years, as well as Anna Gibson, another one that's like a killer. Dude, did you see her take second place at the Girls 30K?
Yeah,
She beat Joan, dude.
Yeah,
Joan was like leading that race. What happened?
He blew it. Yeah, so I heard he was like 25K in, and I think he just stopped and he just exploded. I don't know, cramped like a mother. I don't know. Yeah. It's unfortunate. She crushed it.
Yeah,
I think U.S. women wise, Lauren Gregory and Anna Gibson are the two. I mean, I guess we can't leave out Sophia Lockley as well. It's when people get injured, we have a tendency to like
sports.
They push that. Yeah, it's tough, and that's like with Lauren Gregory too. Like, yeah, she had her time at the end of the season last year and really put on a show and ended up 7th overall. But she's just been battling with injury, so it's like if she can just get over that, man, it's gonna be.
I wonder how things shake out for like so. For instance, like Grayson's Grayson doesn't even have to really run Sunapee or Broken Arrow. Like she's already on the world vertical team because she's a reigning champ. Did she win in the classic or the vertical? I should know this. I think she won in the classic.
Classic.
Yes, she got second, or maybe it was she got a silver medal in the vertical.
Or second or third. Yeah.
So she won the Mountain Classic. That's exactly what it was. So she's already selected for the classic team. The question, so that's Sunapee. So she doesn't technically have to go back and race. Yeah. I'm curious, Kendall, she's dealing with a lot of like health issues. Does she go back to do it? Or, you're going to have to get like rip off. It's tough for her because you're going to have to rip off the Band-Aid before Worlds. You can't just show up like and not having
she just shows up. She just does. I don't know what it is. It's when Worlds is knocking, she's there. So can't count her out.
I wouldn't be surprised to see her go be a 3-time world champion. But I do think the women, so like, I mean, I'm just guessing for the up down, we should call it the Mountain Classic. That's the right way to say it. But like, dude, Sunapee's going to be nasty. Like between Lauren Gregory and like, if she's healthy with the Achilles thing and you get Anna Gibson, like, and Rachel Tomaszek, like Allie Mack as well. I don't know if Allie Mack's going to decide to race the vertical or if she's going to decide to race the Mountain Classic, but like Allie Mack's another killer, dude, world beater. Like it's going to be so much fun to see who we send because that's my favorite distance is the Mountain Classic. It's going to be really fun to see like who shows up for that, And
I guess with that being
unpredictable.
With that being said, I bet Lauren Gregory. I bet she's holding out this for Sunapee.
I would. Yeah.
I mean, it's
60. I literally count it down on my calendar. It's like 60 something days away. So it's coming, dude. Yeah, it's coming. Got to get healthy. Got to get fit. I know you got Dan Kurtz out here. He's playing in Boulder.
Playing in Boulder.
Have you seen him running around the trails?
I haven't seen him yet.
He's up there.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah. All right, dude. I think we nailed it. I think we got it all.
Yeah.
Anything you think we missed? Anything we didn't get?
I think we hit just about everything. Yeah, and then next week or the week, next week will be the Great Wall. Yeah. I know we wanted to chat about that, but it's been tough to find the start list.
I reached out, dude. I reached out to Golden. So just so the audience knows this, I reached out to Golden Trail, got crickets, put the bat signal up on Instagram. Literally nobody responded, except for I do want to give a big shout out to Remy LaRue. Guy's so helpful, super nice.
It's awesome.
Love Remy LaRue, big fan of his. He just put his schedule out today, dude. He's
we did
Sunapee, Cannon,
check that out.
Broken Arrow. Yeah, he's gonna have.
Sweet.
I'm excited for what, and he's gonna go. Dude, there's a Mexico World Series Golden Trail race.
I did see that end of June.
Sir Killington. Yeah.
It
looks good.
That's gonna be interesting. I don't know. Are we gonna see? So I guess I'll throw it there. Are we gonna see some like, I don't know, breakout like, I don't know, like South American, like Mexico runner? Like there's some crushers out there. We saw, what was his name last year at what was it, Black Canyon?
Jupiter. Jupiter.
Yeah.
Jupiter's our
you
boy.
You never know.
Made a star out of him, dude.
Yeah.
He's running on the craft team now. I'm a big fan of his. He applied. So I have an idea of like who. Obviously, I get to see who applies for like the elite entries for Pikes Peak, right? So he applied last year. We gave him an elite bib. So I want to see if we can get him back this year. It'd be fun to get him in the, like run the marathon or something.
Yeah. But he could be Dewey. I mean, he very well could be on the world's team. I don't know. Is
Mexico? They send it.
I don't know.
Probably.
I would think they have some gnarly mountains. So I'm really excited for that race. That one's going to be fun. I always like to see new races on the Golden Trail Series schedule. So
I think it was cool. I think it was a good move too, because like the Sky. I guess it was like to combat. You've got UTMB there now, and UTMB's got their the hell is the name of it? Not Montes. There's a special name for it that I cannot remember. The UTMB calls their race, and then which everybody seems to go to because it's late season.
UTMB Mexico one.
Yeah.
Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then there's the Mexico Sky Challenge, which is the sky, sky running. So I guess it was only a matter of time before Golden Trail Series decided to come in there. You know what's bummer though? I was perusing their website today, and it's like they have for every country like a North American, or sorry, they have like a national series. They got rid of the North American national series. I don't know what the deal is there. Like what?
I don't know what the deal. Yeah, no, I think they're focusing more on the Asian market potentially, and now maybe with Mexico, they're trying to get like that side of the world. They're trying to expand. All the power to them. But you can't leave out, the U.S. I don't know.
So many good mountain. I don't know. Dude, I also wonder. Like, I know a lot of people. And this is very inside baseball, and I don't want to go too hard on like Golden Trail, but like I know a lot of people have like a very big issue with their anti-doping program. Like it used to be called Courts, I think is what it was, and then they changed it to like Clean Sport or some bullshit like that. And it's like, it's like a lot of people have issues with that, including race directors from across the board that I've heard aren't so fond of their situation, what they do. So. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the only thing I can wonder is if like maybe the North American race directors were like some of them were like, The only problem is like, how can you say no to that? Like you're gonna make some money,
right? Oh yeah, like you're gonna attract so much. Yeah,
and people keep coming to your race. Like I was really surprised. Like I thought Tim Tollefson's race was gonna fall off after Golden Trail Series left.
Oh no,
dude, that 26K blew up. 800 people signed up for it. I was like, holy shit! Like good for him. So
the fact that Mammoth didn't have a race before was like crazy. At least one that I knew of. I don't know. That he had just like the perfect scenario for him, and good for him. He took advantage of it. It's awesome. Awesome.
These California races are crazy.
Oh yeah. One last thing. Did you have any inside baseball on why Golden Trail Series left Pikes? Did you ever hear why? Like, do they want to keep it, or
no, like there's some stuff I can say, some stuff I can't say. Okay. Let's just say it's probably the best for the race to be in the position that it's in now.
Sure.
Like listen, when Golden Trail Series comes to your race, there's a lot of really good things, right? Like you get world-class talent. Everybody comes, it's always a really, really big deal. But also there's a lot of like stipulations and like they kind of run the show. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
So like I don't want to say it alienates the race director, but it makes it makes it much more hard for a lot of people to do their jobs.
Totally get it. Yep.
And yeah, I'll leave it at that. I still want it to come back. I still think like it would be a net benefit for a lot of races.
100%.
Dude, you know what there has been? I'm going to put this out into the world now. I probably shouldn't because I haven't even pitched this yet, but like, this is something that's really interesting. I had a friend of mine who has been on the podcast, so I won't name, had reached out to me the other day, who is tight with, the Mount Marathon race director, Matthias. And there was some discussion, and I even like ran this. I talked to Brian Whitfield about this. I talked to a few people, and I was like, what do you think about like if we created so I think races, especially like something like Pikes, right? It's very difficult for races to survive on their own now. You like almost have to be a part of some sort of series. So I was like, what if we just created our own like legendary race series, like Mount Marathon, Pikes, Mount Washington Road Race, and maybe a handful of other races that you can kind of throw in there that are like legendary, and then have it as like a series that you would go race, and you can copy the point system that like Golden Trail does, and then at the end of the year we make we find either a race or we create one that is like for the final, and we do something like that, and we could just do it as like the North American thing. That is something I've heard thrown around that I was like, ooh, that needs to, I'm going to need to have that happen. Because unless like Golden Trail Series comes back, like that's something I'd want to pursue, is like get us in that, and have Pikes Peak, like the marathon and the ascent, be like the crown jewel. And Mount Marathon's so crazy, such a high octane race. So, and then like you see other races like, like Mount Washington Road Race has kind of like fallen back in the last few years. Yeah. So I don't want to give away too much, but like, that's something that has been brought up and something like I'm going to be pushing for sure.
I'm all in. Yeah.
So I'd go race it. Absolutely.
100%.
So yeah. Well, dude, thank you so much. I want to wish you the best of luck of your race this weekend. Bring it home.
Thank you.
You're going. Nick's going to Sizzler. Have a good week,
Me and
brother.
Patrick. All right, thanks, man.
See you, buddy. Bye.